Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to another video talking about Tapforms 5 for iOS and Mac. This is a quick follow-up from the video that I posted a little bit earlier on YouTube about walking through how we can highlight different fields based on the date of the item and what we can do to highlight that. Brendan replied in two places, great value here. First on the forum with a suggestion that perhaps we could try a pick list, and that gives us a slightly different interface, so we'll check that out and see what that looks like. And the other item that Brendan suggested over here is an improvement to the script that we generated to change where we put the save all changes. So let's dive in. We'll do the save all changes first. Because that one's pretty simple. So the crux of what Brendan is suggesting here is, if you look at this script, we're repeating this form.saveAllChanges, form.saveAllChanges, form.saveAllChanges. We're doing that 3 times. All right, and simple enough. Actually, all we have to do is put it there, and this will still work because it basically sets the record color to the one we want, and then it still tells Tapforms to save it. Brendan's suggestion was actually perhaps we could put this actually after the function as well. For me personally, I don't like this because it means that the return value of the field becomes the value of the result of form.saveAllChanges, which in this case is a 1. Whereas putting it here, in my mind, one that sets that to null because we don't return a value, but it leaves us open to being able to return a value and sending that back to Tapforms, because maybe we can say we set the color to a particular value. So that's the first change, which is simple optimization to only put that bit of code in once. Let's not repeat ourselves if we don't have to. So let's have a look at the second one. And the second one uses a pick list. So what we're actually going to do here is disable this script entirely. And what we're going to do is, instead of if rating date set record color to null, save all changes, we're going to comment out this line and this line. And what it's going to effectively do is run this set record color null and form.saveAllChanges to all of the records, right? So we're going to hit save on that. And when we have a look, we've cleared out all of the record colors that we set before. And now this allows us to start to do the pick list implementation. So to do this, we need to go into preferences. So Tapforms preferences, we need to go to lists. And we're going to create a new pick list, and we're going to call it record color. We're going to create a green color, an amber color, and a red color. And we're going to assign those green. Is there an amber? Might have to go outside developer. Web safe. Crayons. Let's have a look in developer. These are... No, we don't want any of those. I don't want to use this yellow. It's a bit strong, to be honest. It's also kind of weird contrast, especially against a white background. So let's try for something back there, a little distinctive. Perhaps this. It's more of an orange than an amber, but I think it will have a better contrast when we're looking at it in the pick list. Last but not least, shouldn't have closed that. We'll just go with red for that. Nice and simple. Okay, so we've got our 3 values for our pick list. The next step is to create a field that leverages this pick list. And we'll just call that record color again. And we'll scroll down to the bottom and select our pick list, which is record color. And Brendan in a previous video suggested maybe give the radio buttons a shot. So let's check that out for this video. Hit done on that. We can see our record color, green, amber, red. And we'll just set that to amber, green, green, amber. Set Australian dollar to red to be today. Now we haven't updated anything because we need to go back to our form and set the record field color to be record color. And now we can see the record color is set here on the left. It's not highlighting the entire road. It's a little more readable. It shows up when it's highlighted. And now the last step of this is we need to automate it, right? So we're gonna hide this because we don't actually want to see that. And we're gonna go back to our record color setter. And we're gonna remove that and maybe remove, you know what we'll do? Save this. We'll duplicate this. So that we don't have to do anything. And one other thing we can do now that we're finished is just comment this out so that it never runs. Save that. Record color pick list setter. And what we're going to do is keep this. So if the value isn't set, we're just going to return. We do need one. Yeah, see, we've just gone and run that. Comment this out again. And put our record.set record color null. Again, to reset everything, save. Yep. Because we saved it, which put our coloring back, which we didn't want. And so the next thing is we need to set this to be the color that we want. So that one's relatively easy. We double clicked it to put it in. We got rid of the variable assignment because actually what we want to do is set a value, and if the date difference is less than that, we're going with red. If it is, and we can copy this, this should be our green. We'll just put green in, and last but not least, this should be our amber color. Set field value, save. We can get rid of this now because we don't want to reset that all of the time. And let's just hit save and make sure that nothing explodes. It doesn't. We should have actually run it here. We can see nothing's changed, which is good. Now what we're doing behind the scenes here is we're getting the value of the rating date. If the rating date is not set, no worries. We hit this return, which basically exits out, does nothing. We get the day difference value, which is the difference between the current day and the day in rating date. Date difference is a calculation field. We can see here at the bottom. And because that calculation field calculates the number of days difference, maybe we should have called that day difference, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, if it's less than or equal to 0, we want that to be red, and so we're going to set this pick list field, or the record color field, which I think I got the right one. Did I get the right one? Yep. That's the wrong one. Try this again, now with the right field. So we need that ID, put that ID in here, and here, and here. So if this is less than 0, we want to set this record color field, and actually maybe we just do an ID for that. Put that there. So what we want to say is set the record color field to be this color. Now it's green here for the greater than 90 days case, and then amber for between 0 and essentially 90 days. So let's run that, make sure that it all still works. We've got no errors, that's good. We'll hit save on that. And okay, so now our AUD is green. We had it as red before. If you rewind the start of the video, our CAD and GBP are back to the red color that we had them at, and the JPY is there. We're going to hit hide field on our script field again so it doesn't show up. But what we can do is unhide this so we can see that the value has been set. When we create a new one, we don't have anything there. And let's put in MYR for Malaysian ringgit. We'll give it a value of the 10th. We can see on the left here that's updated. For some reason this radio button hasn't updated. So hit refresh there, we can see that it's now red. Let's set it to the 31st. We can see immediately our pick list here is updated. I don't know why the UI isn't updating. That'll probably be fixed, and we'll set that out to a little later in June. And again, we're up to green. If we refresh, we get green here. So we can hide that now that we know that that works. And we've got all of that there. So that's a different way of approaching the coloring problem. And just to show what that looks like, we get the colors along the left here. When you're dealing with, we'll just re-enable this for the moment. So remove the 2 slashes, which tells JavaScript this is a comment, don't do it. So we want it to do it again. We'll hit save on that. You can see here that when we use the record color, it's highlighted all the way across here in the interface, as well as on the left from our field color. So maybe you want that, maybe you just want the more nuanced approach with just the record color set by the field versus the record color set actually via this item here. Whichever one works for you. Again, when you get into this situation, you can just do record.set record color null, and we actually want to do document.save all changes here as well, just to flush that out, and then here we'll comment that out so that it doesn't interfere. So that's 2 ways. You can compare for yourself to see which one you like, which one you dislike. If this was interesting, valuable, useful, please leave a like. If it wasn't useful, well, put a dislike. Add a comment if there's questions you've got, or a post on the forum as I check that out as well. Hopefully this video was useful for you. A bit of a double header this week, doing 2 in a row. So hopefully you've subscribed so you can get to see each of these updates and learn more about the wonderful world of Tapforms. Happy Tapformsing.